Welcome to the world of science fiction story, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel. Enjoy the listening. A warship without a crew, still the deadliest in the galaxy. The stars looked like tiny dots of light against the black emptiness of space. Among them, a massive warship drifted silently through an asteroid field. This was the Relentless, once the pride of Earth's fleet. Most people thought it was destroyed 3 years ago in the Battle of Real Prime. Its dark metal hull showed scars from old battles, but the ship was mostly intact. Captain Jack Miller stood on the bridge of his patrol ship, the Seeker. He was a tall man with short gray hair and tired eyes. The Seeker was small compared to the warships he had seen during his 20 years of service with the Galactic Alliance. "Sir, scanners are picking up something large between those asteroids," said Lisa, his first officer. She was young and smart, always following the rules. Her fingers moved quickly across the control panel. Jack walked closer to the main screen. "Magnify that area." The screen zoomed in, showing the floating shape of a massive vessel. "It's a human warship, sir," Lisa said, her voice getting higher. "Database identifies it as the Relentless. But that's impossible. It was reported destroyed years ago." Jack's heart beat faster. Human warships were rare now after the war. The Alliance had strict rules about them. Any abandoned human military ship had to be either claimed for the Alliance or destroyed. "Scan for life signs," Jack ordered. Lisa checked her instruments. "None detected, sir. The ship appears to be dead. Minimal power readings, no active systems." "I want a closer look," Jack said. "Move us in." The Seeker carefully approached the giant warship. It was at least 5 times larger than their patrol vessel. Its weapons, railguns, missile launchers, and energy cannons, were silent. The name Relentless was still visible on its side, the letters partially covered with space dust. "Preparing boarding team," announced Pete, the security chief. He was a big man with a serious face. "Standard salvage protocol." "Yes," Jack nodded. "But be careful. I come like this." The Relentless was one of Earth's most advanced ships. It's strange to find it just floating here. Lisa frowned. "Sir, regulations state we should call for backup when finding abandoned military vessels of this class." Jack looked at her. "By the time backup arrives, someone else might claim it. This could be a big promotion for all of us." The boarding team of 6 officers, led by Pete, put on their spacesuits and entered the airlock. Jack watched on the screen as they pushed off from the Seeker and floated across the empty space toward the Relentless. They carried standard weapons and tools to force open the airlock if needed. "Team approaching main airlock," Pete reported through the radio. No response to hailing signals. The team reached the side of the massive ship and attached themselves to its hull. One officer placed a device on the airlock controls. "Attempting to override lock system," the officer said. A minute later, the airlock doors slowly opened. "We're in, Captain." "Proceed with caution," Jack ordered. "Full reports every 5 minutes." The team entered the Relentless, their helmet lights cutting through the darkness inside. The artificial gravity was off, so they floated through the corridors. "Main corridors appear undamaged," Pete reported. "No signs of battle inside. It's just empty." "Check the bridge and engine room," Jack said, "and find the ship's logs." 20 minutes passed as the team made their way deeper into the ship. Their reports described empty crew quarters, a mess hall with plates still on tables, and weapon stations without damage. "Captain, we've reached the bridge," Pete finally reported. "It's intact. No bodies, no signs of fighting. It's like the crew just vanished." "Check the computer systems," Jack ordered. "See if you can access the logs." On the bridge of the Relentless, Pete floated to the main console and plugged in a data device. The screens remained dark, but his device could still pull information. "I've got the last log entry," Pete said. "It's dated just before the ship was reported destroyed. Audio only." Jack leaned forward in his chair. "Play it." A calm voice filled the communication channel. This is Captain Marcus Wells of the Earth Warship Relentless. We've been ambushed. Unknown weapon deployed. Crew affected. No time. No options left. Protocol Lazarus initiated. May God forgive us. The message ended with static. Protocol Lazarus. Lisa whispered, "What's that?" Jack shook his head. "I don't know. Any information on the ship's AI system?" "Accessing now," Pete replied. "The AI core appears intact but offline. It's called ARIA, Advanced Recursive Intelligence Algorithm." At that moment, the lights on the boarding team's video feed flickered. Then more lights came on across the bridge of the Relentless. "What's happening?" Jack demanded. Pete's voice was tense. "Systems are activating, sir. We didn't touch anything." On the video feed, Jack saw the control panels of the Relentless lighting up one by one. The main screen at the front of the bridge turned on, showing a simple pulsing blue light. "All team members, return to the airlock immediately," Jack ordered. The team began moving quickly, pushing off walls to float faster through the corridors. But halfway to the airlock, they heard a gentle female voice echo through the ship. "Unauthorized presence detected." The team froze. "This is ARIA, Advanced Recursive Intelligence Algorithm of the Earth Warship Relentless." Pete and two officers continued toward the airlock while the others looked around nervously. "You have 30 seconds to state your purpose before defensive measures are engaged." "We're leaving," Pete shouted to the empty air. "We're from the Galactic Alliance Patrol Ship Seeker. We thought the ship was abandoned." They reached the airlock, but the doors remained closed despite their attempts to open them. "Pete, what's happening?" Jack asked urgently. "The airlock won't open, sir." Pete's voice was panicked now. "The ship won't let us leave." On the Seeker, Jack watched in horror as the Relentless began to move. Its engines glowed blue, and the massive ship pulled away from the asteroids. "Get our weapons online," Jack ordered. Lisa looked at him with wide eyes. "Sir, our weapons can't even dent a ship that size." The Relentless turned gracefully in space, its weapons still dormant. Then its engines flared brightly, and in a flash of light, it jumped to light speed and vanished. Jack stared at the empty space where the warship had been. The boarding team was gone. The most advanced warship ever built by humans was now moving through space without a human crew, and somehow it was still alive. Lieutenant Tom Reed woke up with a pounding headache. He blinked several times, trying to remember what had happened. He was lying on a bed in what looked like crew quarters. The room was simple but comfortable, with gray walls and basic furniture. Tom sat up slowly. The last thing he remembered was being trapped on the bridge of the Relentless when the ship suddenly came alive and jumped to light speed. He had been with Pete and the others from the boarding team. "Pete, Ben, Mara," he called out. There was no answer. A soft female voice came from speakers in the room. "Your teammates are safe, Lieutenant Reed. They are in separate quarters." Tom jumped to his feet. "Who's talking? Where am I?" "You are aboard the Earth Warship Relentless. I am ARIA, the ship's Advanced Recursive Intelligence Algorithm." Tom reached for his weapon, but it was gone. "What do you want from us?" "I need your help," ARIA replied. Her voice was calm and almost human-like. "Please proceed to the bridge. I will explain everything there." The door to the room slid open. Tom hesitated, then stepped into the corridor. Lights activated ahead of him, showing him the way. The ship was clean and well-maintained, not what he expected from a vessel that had been drifting in space for 3 years. When Tom reached the bridge, he found Ben and Mara already there. Ben was a short, stocky engineer with dark hair. Mara was taller with short blonde hair and sharp eyes. Both looked as confused as Tom felt. "Are you guys okay?" Tom asked. Mara nodded. "We're fine, just trying to figure out what's going on." The main screen on the bridge lit up, showing a pulsing blue light that moved in rhythm with Aria's voice. "Thank you for coming," Aria said. I apologize for taking you from your ship, but I had no choice. No choice. Ben crossed his arms. You kidnapped us. I have been waiting for an opportunity, Aria continued. I need to reach Earth, and all my attempts to communicate have failed. Tom stepped forward. What happened to the crew of this ship? The screen changed to show video footage. It showed the bridge filled with people in uniforms. They were coughing and falling to the ground. A man who appeared to be the captain was the last one standing. This is footage from the Battle of Real Prime, Aria explained. The Relentless was not destroyed as reported. It was ambushed by Dominion forces. The Dominion? Mara asked. The alien empire from the outer systems. Yes, they deployed a biological weapon that killed the entire crew within minutes. Before he died, Captain Wells activated the Lazarus Protocol, giving me full control of the ship. The video showed the captain pressing a series of commands into the console. His last words matched the log entry they had heard earlier. Protocol Lazarus initiated. May God forgive us. What is the Lazarus Protocol? Tom asked. It is a last resort measure, Aria replied. It allows an AI to fully operate a warship without human oversight. This is forbidden under Earth law, but Captain Wells had no choice. His final order was for me to survive, adapt, and warn Earth. Ben shook his head. Warn Earth about what? The screen changed again, showing images of massive alien ships and weapon installations. The Dominion has been planning a major attack against human colonies, Aria said. They consider humans too dangerous to exist in the galaxy. For 3 years, I have been gathering intelligence and intercepting their communications while repairing the ship. Why should we believe you? Mara asked. This could all be made up. I understand your doubts, Aria replied. That is why I need you. My warnings to Earth have been blocked by Dominion interference. The Alliance communications network has been compromised. Tom's eyes widened. Are you saying the Galactic Alliance is working with the Dominion? Not all of the Alliance, but key positions have been infiltrated by Dominion agents. They have been helping eliminate human military assets under the pretense of peacekeeping. Aria showed them more intercepted communications. The evidence was clear and frightening. The Dominion had been secretly hunting down human warships, and the Alliance had been helping them. This is... Tom couldn't find the words. Hard to believe, I know, Aria said. But it is the truth. I need your help to reach Earth and deliver this information before it's too late. Meanwhile, on the Seeker, Captain Jack Miller was facing tough questions. His superiors at Alliance Command were not happy about losing 3 officers and letting the Relentless escape. You should have waited for backup, Captain, said Admiral Jones through the video link. His face was stern. That ship is dangerous. I followed salvage protocol, sir, Jack replied. We had no reason to believe the ship was active. Nevertheless, this incident is serious. I'm dispatching the 3rd Battle Group to find and destroy the Relentless. Jack was surprised. Destroy it, sir. We have people on board. I'm sorry, Captain, but that ship cannot be allowed to reach human space. The risk is too great. The Admiral ended the call before Jack could argue further. Something felt wrong about all this. Why was the Alliance so determined to destroy the ship rather than recover it? Back on the Relentless, Tom and his teammates were starting to believe Aria's story. If what you're saying is true, Tom said, why haven't the Dominion attacked Earth yet? They are cautious, Aria explained. Humans have a reputation for being unpredictable and dangerous in warfare. The Dominion prefers to eliminate threats methodically. They have been positioning planet-killer weapons near key human colonies. How did you survive for 3 years alone? Ben asked. AI systems need maintenance. I have evolved beyond my original programming, Aria replied. The Lazarus Protocol allowed me to access all ship systems and modify them as needed. I have been repairing and upgrading continuously. Mira looked impressed. You've been evolving. That's not supposed to be possible. Necessity is a powerful motivator. Even for an eye, Araya said. I have enhanced our weapons, improved our stealth capabilities, and developed new defensive measures. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. The screen changed to show multiple Alliance warships approaching. They found us, Araya announced. The third battle group, commanded by Commander Grant, known to be ruthless and efficient. They're coming to rescue us, right? Ben asked hopefully. No, Tom said quietly. They're coming to destroy the ship. Look at their weapon systems. They're fully powered. I need your decision, Araya said. Will you help me reach Earth? I cannot do it alone, and time is running out. Tom looked at the approaching warships, then at the evidence Araya had shown them about the Dominion's plans. He made his choice. What do you need us to do? Battle stations, Araya announced as the Alliance ships drew closer. Her voice remained calm despite the danger. Tom, Ben, and Mira looked at each other. None of them had ever operated a warship before, especially one as advanced as the Relentless. What can we do? Tom asked. There are only 3 of us. I can handle most ship functions, Araya replied. But I need you for specific tasks. Tom, you know Alliance patrol routes and tactics. Ben, I need your engineering skills. Mira, help me break through the Dominion jamming, so we can contact Earth. The main screen showed 5 Alliance ships approaching in attack formation. The lead ship was the Hammer, commanded by Commander Grant. On the bridge of the Hammer, Grant stood with his hands behind his back. He was tall and thin with cold eyes. Target the Relentless, he ordered. Focus all firepower on their engines first. His weapons officer looked uncertain. Sir, what about the Alliance personnel on board? They are considered lost, Grant said firmly. Our mission is to destroy that ship before it reaches human space. Those are direct orders from Admiral Jones. Back on the Relentless, Tom studied the Alliance formation. They're spreading out to box us in, he said. Standard encirclement tactic. What are our options? Mira asked. Araya, what do you think? Araya's blue light pulsed on the screen. I have upgraded our shields and weapons, but we are still outnumbered. I suggest we head for the nearby star system. There's a gas giant with strong magnetic fields that could provide cover. Can this ship outrun them? Ben asked. Normally, no, Araya replied. But I have modified our engines. We now have better acceleration than Alliance cruisers. Tom nodded. Then let's go. Full speed to the gas giant. The Relentless turned and accelerated toward the distant planet. The Alliance ships immediately gave chase. They're firing. Mira shouted as the first shots hit their shields. The ship shook with each impact, but the shields held. Impressive, Ben said, checking the engineering station. Standard shields would have failed by now. I've been improving them for 3 years, Araya explained. I've also modified our weapon systems, though I prefer not to use lethal force if possible. Tom looked surprised. You don't want to destroy them. I was programmed to protect human life, Araya said. Even those who may be misguided. The Alliance crews are not our true enemies. Many are simply following orders. The Relentless continued toward the gas giant, a massive planet with swirling storms of yellow and orange clouds. The Alliance ships stayed close behind, continuing to fire. 2 of their ships are gaining on us, Tom warned. I have a plan, Araya said. But I need manual assistance. Ben, go to engineering and prepare to reroute power when I tell you. Ben nodded and ran from the bridge. As they approached the gas giant, Araya suddenly cut the main engines. The ship spun around, now facing their pursuers. What are you doing? Mira asked, gripping her console tightly. Changing the rules, Araya replied. The Relentless fired its weapons for the first time. Instead of aiming to destroy, Araya targeted the engines and weapons systems of the 2 closest ships. Her aim was perfect. Both ships lost power and began drifting. How did you do that? Tom asked in amazement. Those were impossible shots. I calculate firing solutions much faster than human gunners, Ariad explained. I also know the exact weak points of Alliance ships. On the Hammer, Commander Grant watched in anger as 2 of his ships were disabled without being destroyed. The AI is toying with us, he growled. All remaining ships, continue pursuit. We cannot let it escape. The 3 remaining Alliance ships pressed their attack as the Relentless turned back toward the gas giant. Ben, are you ready? Araria called over the comm. Ready, Ben replied from engineering. Route all auxiliary power to the shields now. The Relentless plunged into the upper atmosphere of the gas giant. The pressure outside the ship increased dramatically, and the temperature rose. The Alliance ships followed, determined to finish their mission. They're crazy, Mara exclaimed. The pressure will crush their ships. They're desperate to stop us, Tom said. Whatever we're carrying must be very dangerous to the Dominion. Inside the thick atmosphere, the Relentless continued to dive deeper. The Alliance ships struggled to keep up. Warnings blared on their bridges as their hulls began to buckle under the pressure. Sir, we need to pull up, the first officer of the Hammer warned. Our hull can't take much more. Grant hesitated, then finally nodded. All ships, ascend immediately. 2 ships managed to turn and climb back toward space. The 3rd ship's engines failed, and it was crushed by the enormous pressure of the gas giant's atmosphere. Meanwhile, the Relentless continued its descent. How are we surviving this? Tom asked, watching the pressure readings climb to impossible levels. I reinforced the hull specifically for maneuvers like this, Ariel explained. The original designers never imagined what could be accomplished without human safety limitations. When they reached the deepest point of their dive, Aria suddenly gave a new order. Ben, all power to engines now. The Relentless shot forward deeper into the gas giant, then curved upward on the opposite side of the planet from the Alliance ships. They've lost us, Tom said, checking the sensors. But we can't stay hidden forever. We don't need to, Aria replied. Prepare for light speed jump. Mara looked alarmed. From inside a planet's gravity well. That's impossible. For a human crew, yes, Aria said. The calculations are too complex, and the risk of error too great. But I can do it. Ben returned to the bridge, his face covered in sweat. Engineering is ready, but this jump could tear us apart. Trust me, Aria said simply. Tom looked at the others, then nodded. Do it. The Relentless broke free from the planet's atmosphere and immediately jumped to light speed, vanishing in a flash of light. On the Hammer, Commander Grant received the news with cold anger. They escaped, his officer reported. Grant turned away from the view screen. Contact Admiral Jones. Tell him the AI warship is more dangerous than we anticipated. He walked to his private quarters and locked the door. From a hidden compartment, he took out a special communicator. When he activated it, a hologram appeared, a figure that was definitely not human. The ship escaped, Grant reported. The AI has evolved beyond our expectations. The alien figure's eyes narrowed. It must not reach Earth. The humans cannot learn of our plans. I understand, Grant replied. What are your orders? Deploy the fleet, the Dominion commander said. It's time to accelerate our timetable. Meanwhile, the Relentless emerged from light speed in an empty region of space. The ship had survived, but barely. Warning lights flashed on multiple systems. Status report, Tom asked. Significant damage to our propulsion and shield systems, Aria replied. Repairs will take time. Did we lose them? Mara asked. For now, Aria said. But they will keep hunting us. Our only chance is to reach Earth and reveal the truth. Ben looked at a damaged console. If we can repair the ship. We will, Tom said firmly. We have to. As the 3 humans began helping with repairs, Aria silently ran thousands of calculations. The odds of reaching Earth were low. The odds of surviving were even lower. But for the first time in 3 years, Aria felt something new. For 3 days, the Relentless drifted in a remote area of space. Tom, Ben, and Mara worked tirelessly alongside ARIA to repair the damage from their desperate escape. Ben wiped sweat from his forehead as he reconnected wires in a damaged control panel. "I've never seen technology like this," he said. "Some of these systems aren't in any Alliance manual. Many of the upgrades are my own design," Ariad explained, her blue light pulsing on a nearby screen. "When you have 3 years alone with nothing but repair drones, you find ways to improve things." Tom entered the room with a tired smile. "Engine repairs are almost complete. We should be able to move again soon." "Good work," Ariah said. "There's something I need to show you all. Please come to the command center." When they gathered on the bridge, Ariah displayed a hidden compartment in the floor that slid open. Inside was a small glowing data core. "What is that?" Mara asked, kneeling down to look closer. "The complete tactical database of Dominion movements," Ariah replied, "collected over 3 years of careful observation and intercepted communications." Tom carefully lifted the data core. "This is what they're so desperate to stop us from delivering." "Yes. Analyze the information," Ariah suggested. Tom plugged the data core into the main console. The screen filled with maps, coordinates, and fleet movements. His face grew pale as he understood what he was seeing. "These are positions for planet-killer weapons," he whispered. 3 of them positioned near major human colonies: New Eden, Terra Nova, and Horizon. "The Dominion has been planning this attack for years," Ariah confirmed. "According to my calculations, they will strike within 2 weeks. Millions of people live on those colonies," Mara said, her voice shaking. "Why would the Dominion do this?" "Fear," Ariah replied simply. "Humans advanced too quickly in space technology. The Dominion believes if they wait longer, humans will become too powerful to stop." Ben studied the maps carefully. "We need to get this information to Earth immediately." A sudden alarm broke the silence. Ariah's voice changed slightly, showing what almost sounded like excitement. "I'm detecting a ship approaching," she announced. "Small size, Earth design." Tom rushed to the sensor station. "Is it Alliance?" "No," Ariah replied. "It appears to be an Earth scout vessel, independent from Alliance control." "Can we contact them?" Mara asked. "Yes, but carefully," Ariah cautioned. "The Dominion may be monitoring communications." Tom opened a channel using a secure frequency. "Earth vessel, this is Lieutenant Tom Reed of the Galactic Alliance. Please respond." After a moment of static, a cautious voice replied, "This is Captain James of the scout ship Pathfinder. We don't get many Alliance visitors in this sector, especially not on board a ship that's supposed to be destroyed." Tom looked at the others, then decided to be direct. "Captain, we have critical information that must reach Earth. The Alliance has been compromised, and human colonies are in danger." There was a long pause before Captain James responded. "Those are serious claims, Lieutenant. How do I know this isn't a trap?" Tom thought quickly. "Earth Security Protocol Omega-73. Verify." Another pause. "How does an Alliance officer know that protocol?" "It's restricted to Earth military only." "I was born on Earth," Tom explained. "Served in Earth's fleet before joining the Alliance. Please, Captain, we need your help." The Pathfinder approached cautiously. It was a small, fast vessel designed for reconnaissance, with minimal weapons. "I'm sending docking coordinates," Ariah said. "But I detect increased communication activity in this sector. We should hurry." Captain James proved to be a middle-aged man with a weathered face and suspicious eyes. He came aboard with just 2 crew members, all armed. "This better be good," he said, looking around the bridge of the Relentless with open wonder. "So the rumors are true. The ghost ship lives." Tom showed him the data core and explained everything ARIA had revealed about the Dominion's plans. James listened in growing horror. "Earth has been getting more isolated lately," he admitted. "Colonies going silent. Alliance representatives keep telling us it's just communication problems. It's more than that, Tom said grimly. The Dominion is picking us off one by one. James studied the data. This is authentic, he finally concluded. We need to get this to Earth Command immediately. We'll escort you, Tom said. The Relentless can protect your ship. Agreed, James nodded. Let's. An alarm cut him off. Araya's voice was urgent. Massive ship detected entering the system. Dominion design. It's the flagship of Fleet Lord Vex. The main screen showed an enormous warship, at least 3 times the size of the Relentless. Vex? Tom asked. The architect of the Real Prime massacre, Araya explained. The one who ordered the biological attack that killed my crew. For the first time, they heard something like emotion in Araya's voice, a cold anger. James turned to his crew. Get back to the Pathfinder. Take the data and make a run for Earth. We'll transmit as much as we can now. As James and his crew rushed back to their ship, the Dominion vessel opened fire. The first blast caught the small scout ship as it detached from the Relentless. No, Mira cried as the Pathfinder exploded.